Guys, if you don't know, we have been in a 30-day journey of wanting wisdom. Every single day, we have been going through the book of Proverbs and just learning together as gamers. How can you and I learn to make better decisions? And we are confronting and asking the questions and learning from this book right here. I encourage you guys, if you've been in this journey with us, 30-day journey of wanting wisdom, I promise you, it'll bless you. I promise you, it'll encourage you. And literally, it's real simple. Every day, we've been reading one chapter, right? So today is the 27th, so we're reading chapter 27. Tomorrow is the 28th, we're reading chapter 28. So I encourage you, if you guys have not been watching the YouTube videos, definitely be sure to check out the channel. Forgive me, yesterday I was really sick from getting my infusion, so I did not put out a video yesterday, so forgive me for that. But today, we're going to do this one live, and then I'm going to upload the video right when the stream is over. Then I'm going to finish up our message for tonight, Gospel Church. Make sure you're there, twitch.tv/Gospel Church. Don't come to my channel, because you won't see it. But ladies and gentlemen, today is one that I think is a great principle of wisdom for you and I to learn. I want to bring a little principle to you, but it's one that hits a little bit more home for me. Going to get a little personal with you guys, reveal a little bit to you guys about a little bit of my past, who I used to be, and how I was able to really change for the better, one with God's help, but also understanding this principle of wisdom. So on July 27th, in our 27th chapter, we're going to read this verse right here. I normally don't bring the whole chapter, just bring one principle I'm learning from it. So let me get in the IRL category, and then we are going to get into this. So today, guys, we'll read one verse, chapter 27, verse number 2. And like I said, please, guys, you never let these videos replace you actually reading the chapters yourself. But here is today's verse of wisdom. It says, "Let another praise you, and not your own mouth. A stranger, and not your own lips." I'm going to read that again. "Let another praise you, and not your own mouth. A stranger, and not your own lips." What is it saying here? It's saying here that essentially that when credit is given to you, when compliments are given, let it not come from yourself, but let it come from others. Essentially, what does it say? That we should not be the kind of people that are just so quick to praise ourselves. That we should not be the kind of gamers that are so quick to brag about the talents and the skills that we have. But if we're going to receive a compliment, let it not be from our own words, but let it actually be from other people. I want to be real honest with you guys. Before I really began to have a relationship with Jesus, before God really got a hold of my heart, to be honest, one of the things that I really struggled with was back in the day, before I really was following God, I was really arrogant. Arrogance was really my downfall. Obviously, I'm still not perfect and I still have other things that I struggled with, but back in the day, arrogance was really my thing. That's what I'm so grateful to God for, that when you see someone who's really following Jesus and allowing God to change their heart, they begin to change, and you'll see a difference in their lives. But I promise you, if we went back in time 7 years, you would never in a million years watch my stream, because I was arrogant. I was super prideful. I was really quick to have conversations with people that were honestly about me. I was really quick to praise myself, to bring up accomplishments that I had out of my own insecurities. Right? You ever find yourself in that place where someone's talking about something that they've done and they're excited for, and you just feel the need to also bring up some of yours just to feel like you're as good as they are? Or you ever feel like you try to always want to say something great about yourself to put other people down because you want to make sure that you're superior, that they're inferior? And to be honest, that's the kind of person that I was, because I didn't understand this principle. Can I tell you, I believe 100% that God wants you and I to be confident, but not confident in ourselves, confident in the fact that everything that you and I have is a gift. And here's what I mean by that. When it comes to being confident in the talents and the skills and the things that God gifts you, when it comes to saying things about yourself, here's what I want you to change your philosophy. Here's how I had to change my way that I speak. It's no longer that I say that I'm good, but instead I say that I'm gifted. You see, because there's a ginormous difference between saying I'm good and saying I'm gifted. God wants you to be confident in the things that you do, but God wants you to be confident in the right things. Because by saying I'm good at sports, or I'm good at playing video games, or I'm good at singing, or I'm good at working on cars, or whatever it may be, when you simply just say and praise yourself like it's saying here, When you simply say that I'm good, you are praising yourself and the gifts and the talents you have. It's almost that you're saying that I earned those, that I earned the gifts and the talents that I was born with. But instead of saying I'm good, by saying I'm gifted, you are giving praise and you're giving credit to the talents that you have, but understanding that the talents that you have weren't gifted by yourself, but were gifted by God. Because here's the reality. This is why sometimes we see, unfortunately, sometimes there are some children that grow up in a really, really wealthy family and can end up being really spoiled, but really conceited and arrogant. Not at all times, but sometimes. But that's a perfect definition. Why? Because those children that maybe have the nicest shoes that no other kids have, that get at the age of 9, get the new Xbox One on day number 1, that are walking around with the new, iPhone 19 before anyone else does, because they've got really wealthy parents. But sometimes those kids in the really, really early teenage years, what they end up doing sometimes is they feel like they are the greatest thing since sliced bread because of the things that they have, but what they have is not what they earned. What they have is a gift from somebody else who gave it to them. Because those 12-year-old kids, they're not working these full-time, really successful jobs in order to pay for these things. All these things were a gift that they were given, that they did not earn. They were gifts that were undeserved. They were given by someone else. And the talents that you and I have, can I tell you, friends, that they're a gift, that they weren't earned, that they weren't deserved, but God in His grace and God in His mercy gave you the talents and gifts that you have so that you could use them for His glory, not for your own, not for my own. And see, that was my problem. I wanted to use the gifts that I didn't earn, that I didn't deserve. I wanted to use them to bring praise to myself. But it wasn't right. Because the gifts that I have, the gifts that I still have, the credit doesn't go to me. Because I'm not the one who earned the gift. The credit goes to God. Because He gave me the gifts that I have. And you and I, we're completely different. You might have gifts that I don't have. You might be amazing at some things that I really stink at. And vice versa. I might be gifted in some areas that maybe aren't a strength of yours. But at the end of the day, we have one thing in common. That our talents are a gift. And here's what it says right here. Let another praise you. Don't be someone that's so quick to find praise in themselves. Because God doesn't want you to be confident in yourself. He wants you to be confident that God has gifted you. So I want you and I to change our terminology a little bit. It's no longer that I'm good, but I'm gifted. It's okay to be confident in something that God has given you, as long as you acknowledge that it came from God and not from yourself. So for me, I find myself to be a gifted public speaker. God's given me a gift to speak in front of people. It's a gift that He's given me. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Why? Because I'm proud to announce that God is a God who gives good gifts. That God can give good gifts, but in myself, I don't deserve that. I didn't earn it. I didn't deserve it. God gave it to me. So I no longer say, oh, I'm good at this. But no, I'm gifted at this because God, for some crazy reason, loved me enough that He would bless me with some kind of gift so that I could use it, not to bring myself fame, but to bring Him fame. Because that is why God gifted me. So today in my day, I no longer say I'm good, but I'm gifted. God's gifted me in areas. He's gifted you in areas. And if compliments are going to come my way, I want them to come from other people and not myself. And for me, here's the reality. When you give your life to follow Jesus and God begins to work in your heart, God begins to change you, your weaknesses don't just suddenly disappear. They can always be a struggle, but you're always making that decision to say, you know what, God, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow you. And every day I want to decide that, you know what, I'm going to humble myself and say, you know what, I'm not just good, I'm gifted, which means that the credit gets shifted. When I say I'm good, the credit goes to me. Oh, I'm good at this. Oh, I'm good at that. But when I say I'm gifted, the credit goes to God. Because He is where the gift comes from. I want to encourage you today, in the way that you speak, give credit to God. Give honor to God for the things that He's given you. And if you're going to be complimented, if you're going to be praised, there's nothing wrong with receiving a compliment. But let it come from others and not from yourself. I can tell you that was a hard lesson that I had to learn. I was the kind of person that, to be honest, you probably would not have wanted to be around. But I had to learn to humble myself. I had to learn to realize where my gifts came from. I didn't earn them. I didn't deserve them. I didn't want my own praise to come from myself, but I wanted to come to others. And when the praise came to me, I gave the praise back where it really belonged to. It belonged to God. Because it's not that I'm good, but that I'm good. I hope that really encourages you guys today. Hope you guys will continue to take these words of wisdom into your daily lives. But I encourage you, don't just listen to the stream or watch this video on YouTube. Get out the book and read it yourself. We're in the 27th day of the month, so we're reading chapter 27. Tomorrow, chapter 28 on the 28th, all the way up until August 7th. That's when we'll have come full circle in our entire journey of wanting wisdom. That's going to do it for me, not only for the video, but as well for the stream. I got to go get ready for God Squad Church. I'm going to edit this, upload it, and then make sure you're at God Squad Church tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/God Squad Church. I love you. Love you so much, guys. We're going to be implementing that new schedule soon. Love you so much, guys. We'll catch you later. You guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you back in 4 hours. God Squad Church. Pastor Uzi. Peace.